Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Press Review here on Luntha TV. And today you are with me, Andrew Pound, and my dear colleague,
Fales Chizombe.
As usual, we have the Daily Times and the Nation newspaper. Maybe we should start by looking at the Nation newspaper.
Okay, here on the Nation newspaper, the headline reads, fuel prices hiked 34%. The subheadline, consumers to feel the pinch. Part of the story, with 10,000 Malawian motorists was yesterday buying 7 liters of petrol, but following a 34% fuel hike affected at midnight, that amount now buys only 5 liters. Amid global fuel prices surge owing to the Russia-Ukraine war and the recent 25% devaluation of the Kwacha, Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority have avoided potential. Last night increased fuel prices by an average of 34%. Yesterday's fuel price hike follows another 22% price increase that Mela announced on 10 April 2022. Based on the new prices, petrol is at 1,999 kwacha from 1,380 per liter, representing a 44.92% increase, while diesel is at 1,920 kwacha from 1,470 per liter, representing 30.61% rise, while paraffin now sells at 1,236 from 956 kwacha per liter, representing 29.29% hike.
I think the fuel hike has already started biting us Malawians.
We're already feeling the pinch.
Yeah, as I was coming here to work, I usually pay 500 kwacha.
Minibus?
That is a motorcycle. Yeah, but today they were like telling me I have to pay 700 kwacha. And you see that I wasn't surprised, but I couldn't manage to pay 700 kwacha.
So you're trying to tell me that you trekked?
Yeah, I tried to do some sort of negotiations with. I have 500 kwacha, just like that.
With the devaluation.
Yeah, but I think in coming days that will not surprise us anymore. Yeah, we'll be paying, I think, more than what they say. They even said today. So this will have a great impact to this nation, I should say. Even when it comes to goods, we should expect some goods to go even up.
Yeah, the only thing that I like about Malawi, we always adapt. We always adapt everything that comes in, and then after some days we just complain. The first day we'll complain, the prices are high, but then after 2 days or so, then we adapt and be like, it's just like the way it is.
Yeah, I think in our country we go well with what we call the survival of the fittest. Everyone try by all means to survive. But I think our politicians, they are the one who betrays us. But as Malawians, we try as much as possible to make sure that we are surviving.
Yeah, we're still coping.
Yeah, moving on to the Daily Times on the front page. UTM shocked by Chakwera action. Part of the story says UTM has said it is shocked and saddened by President Lazarus Chakwera's decision to stop delegating duties to Vice President Saulos Chilima, who is the leader of the party. Chakwera announced on Tuesday after receiving a report from Anti-Corruption Bureau ACB Director General Martha Chizuma that he had stopped delegating duties to Chilima until after the graft-busting body determines its next course of action in the United Kingdom-based businessman Zunef Sarah's alleged corruption dealings probe. we saw President Lazarus Chakwera saying he has stopped delegating powers to
the vice president.
And here we are seeing the UTM, I should say, saying they are shocked by President Lazarus Chakwera's action.
Yeah.
Maybe what were they expecting from the president?
I think since Chilima is the vice president, and there's a current regime, it's the Tonsi Alliance, the way it was formed. I think they're just expecting Chakwera just to overlook the whole issue and then leave Chilima to be doing everything as the vice president of the country. And then the decision that he made, it's a really a hard one, I would say. A hard one.
Oh, so UTM was expecting the president should just like laugh it off.
Yeah, just to let it slide.
We move on as a country. Moving on to the fake page of the Nation newspaper. Malawi off track in hunger fight. Part of the story says the Fed Comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program biannual review report shows that Malawi is off track in attaining most of the commitments it signed in 2013 Malabo, Equatorial Guinea Declaration. Maybe we have been talking of hunger in this country maybe for the past 4 months, and we are seeing that another report is saying that as a country we're off track when it comes to the fight against hunger.
Again.
Are you surprised or?
I'm not. I'm not surprised because a lot of farmers in Malawi, they depend on the AIP thing. That AIP program. So you already know that this AIP program didn't go according to plan. A lot of people did not benefit from that AIP program. So the hunger issue, it's not something strange.
Maybe there have been like calls saying that we should end the so-called AIP, as it is not like Malawians are not benefiting from it. Do you agree with that point that AIP should just be like dissolved, or we should be continuing with it?
I think the AIP should still be there because AIP helps a lot of farmers, because if you can imagine now, like if you can look on the ground, like a bag of fertilizer now, it's going at 60 something thousand, of which someone who is staying in the village cannot afford. But then with the AIP program, I think can help them so that one can afford to buy a bag of fertilizer, the AIP, because it goes less than the actual price.
But how many farmers are like benefiting
of
from?
Course, I know that
it's
not all the farmers that are benefiting from it. A few
selected individuals, and you hear some of them saying we didn't manage to get even one bag of fertilizer.
I think for it to work perfectly well for the farmers, it just need the implementation of it, the implementing of it. They just have to follow proper procedures. If proper procedures are followed, then I think this can benefit a lot of farmers in this country. But this happens because maybe some people, they misuse it. They just take the AIP program, and since they have the chance, they have all that, they just take it and then they give them to their members of family or friends or whatever. So if proper procedures are put in place, I think it's something which can help the country grow and fight the hunger issue.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, another story here. Leeds registrar lacks capacity to act on party funding. Part of the story. Amid raging debate on party funding, as corruption enabler registrar of political parties, Chikumbutso Namero, says lack of institutional capacity to implement the Political Parties Act is affecting enforcement of the law. His written response to the National yesterday comes a day after President Lazarus Chakwera in his address on a report she received from the Director General of Anti-Corruption Bureau, pledged support to the registrar to investigate alleged political donations. He said his office is still engaging political parties to comply with the Political Parties Act, including the requirement to declare their assets and donations.
Yeah.
What do you think about this story?
It's high time. We have been saying all that thing whereby we don't even know where parties get their funding. So I think if the office of a registrar is like well organized, I think they will be able like to follow how parties source their funding. Yeah.
And then issues of corruption maybe
Yeah.
would be like a story of the past.
Yeah, we have heard like in the report which the president was addressing the nation, I think it said that some of the big political parties received money from Zunef Sata. So to avoid such kind of scenarios, I think the office of the registrar should work on that. Yeah. Moving on to the 50th page of the Daily Times. Lilongwe City Council owed 11 billion kwacha in city rates. Part of the story says Lilongwe City Council LCC has disclosed that residents and business entities owe the council 11 billion kwacha in city rates and other fees. It seems Lilongwe residents and people who do business running away from paying city rates. Is this good for the development of the city?
Of course, it's not a good development for the city, but I think people run away from paying all those city rates due to maybe the condition of the places they are doing their businesses in. Imagine you're at a place doing a business and then the place doesn't have that toilets or have the place is not that conducive. So I don't think one will be like on the verge to pay their rents willingly. But if the city council puts much effort in ensuring that all the places that people are doing their lanes or they're doing their business or they're staying, they are clean and smart and the places are conducive, I think people, they won't be running away from paying all those.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like Lilongwe doesn't deserve to be called a city. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like Brent deserves to be called a city because if you travel to Brent, just the city alone, you'll be like, oh, okay. You will feel like maybe you're outside the country.
Yeah, even Zomba is better than Lilongwe when it comes to hygiene, and even the management of markets. You wonder, you go to the market in a so-called city, but you find that there are no toilets, and yet the city council there, they collect market fee, and you wonder where does that money go?
Yeah, like what do they use it for?
Yeah, and
you even go there and then you find that the place doesn't even have a bin. People are just flowing things everywhere, literally everywhere.
Yeah, and they are expecting people to be paying city rates or market fee. We are not saying that people should not be paying city rates or market fee, but as a council, they have to make sure that the money which they collect it is put into good use.
Yes.
Even you wonder, like the roads.
The roads itself.
Yeah, inside the city, they are very laughable. They are like what we call in Kigewabao. Yeah.
Holes everywhere.
Yeah,
Potholes.
potholes everywhere. But yet we have the city council.
Here.
Yeah.
Sometimes I tend to wonder, all these people that are working at city council, what do they really do there? Because it seems like they don't know their work and they're not doing it. Yeah. Okay, you can
Let
take
me
another
take
story.
a last one on the same page, the 50th page of the Daily Times. 250 elephants to be relocated to Kasungu. Part of the story says, as one way of alleviating habitat pressure and reducing human-wildlife conflict, the Department of National Parks and Wildlife, DNPW, African Parks and the International Fund for Animal Welfare have announced that they will translocate 250 elephants from Liwonde National Park to Kasungu National Park from June 27 to July. We are seeing that 250 elephants are about to be relocated to Kasungu National Park.
Yes.
This is very, I don't know what word should I use, but when it comes to wildlife conservation, I think this, as a country, we are doing great. 200, we're talking of 250 elephants.
We have a lot of them, in fact, in the country. Because, as I recall, as I was talking to Nafe yesterday, I think for the past 2 months, they also relocated 500 elephants to Luonde National Park, meaning to say you are doing great in the part of tourism in the country. Because people would just travel to Malawi just to see the elephants and all that. And then the relocation, it's a good thing because I heard the elephants were breaking out and then they are endangering the lives of the people surrounding the place where
there
they
was
were
like
keeping them.
Conflict between the elephants and the people.
Conflict.
Yeah, we should say conflict.
Okay, all right. Here on the third page, the headline reads, Tobacco growers want competitive leaf buyers. Part of the story, commercial tobacco growers have urged government to find more leaf buyers if the country's green gold is to remain the hallmark of financial stability. One of the commercial tobacco growers, Nicholas Thornycroft, made the call on Tuesday in Zomba when Minister of Agriculture, Robin Lowe, visited Shimpeni Estate to appreciate challenges and strides of commercial tobacco farmers in the production value chain. He said tobacco growers' main challenges in the production are the high prices of fertilizers, chemicals, fuels, and electricity tariffs.
Maybe we should move on.
Okay.
Yeah. To the business section of the Daily Times. There is a story with a headline. There's a one-stop border post delays by 5 months. Transport Minister Jacob Buhala has said that there's a one-stop border post is expected to be operation by August this year. The post has been delayed by 5 months as it was expected to be completed by March this year. I think the projects in our country, they are always delayed. They don't finish.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why is it like it always goes like this?
Okay.
Whereby the project was supposed to end in July, and then they will be coming, the project to end in December.
I think the problem is that the contractors, maybe they are not paid the amount they are told to be paid, or someone somewhere pocketed the money that was supposed to be used for the project. I think that's the main reason why a lot of projects remain stuck and stunned. Even if you see the issue of the stadium that was promised to be constructed in Zuzu or Kalonga, up to date there is nothing, no foundation, no nothing.
There are so many, like when it comes to the story of stadiums, we have one in Ncheo, I should say, yeah, even in Cholo. They are not yet even finished, but they started way back. Yeah, they keep on shifting the dates whereby they will be like completed. So I think you have said maybe someone pocketed the money. So maybe that should be the big issue.
Yeah, that is always the case.
Corruption everywhere.
There is corruption everywhere. You cannot talk of you being a Malawian without hearing corruption. Yeah, I think corruption is what makes us Malawians.
Corruption should be maybe everyone's middle name I should say in Malawi. Maybe Faris corruption is zombie like that.
No, not someone like me, but then maybe the officials, the officials, they need to be, to have that name, corruption as their middle name, because that is what they do. That is what they're best known for.
Yeah, but
corruption.
We can do better as a country.
Oh yeah, we can do better as a country. I think it starts from up there. If the country, like if you start the president is corrupt free, the officials are corrupt free, then going down, everyone is going to be corrupt free. Because you cannot say that, okay, as for me, I just wake up today and be like, okay, now I will start taking money. Most as we say. Because muntu amanena zoti even like in Chichewa like kuti mwana mapanga zimene makolo ake akupanga. So if the top officials they started this thing, like I think that is the way. Everyone that comes into government, everyone that left, all of them, they are just corrupt. Okay, let's move on. Another story here on the business segment. Leeds MBTS encourages people to voluntarily donate blood. Part of the story, Malawi Blood Transfusion Service Board Chairperson Eli Gijabula has called for solidarity among Malawians to ensure that the country's hospitals have enough supply of blood. Okay, it seems as if people were opting for them to sell their blood instead of just donating for free.
Yeah, I think donating blood goes with, I think, a lot of needs. Yeah, people say a lot of different things when it comes to donating blood. Maybe it is just a matter of civic educating the masses on why they should be donating blood. Yeah, I think we should have a quick look at the back page of the Daily Times. We have a story with the headline, Time to Act, and it has a sub-headline, Sports Council appoints task force on get revenue fraud. Malawi National Council of Sports has set up a task force with the aim of finding ways of ending incidences of gate revenue fraud that continue to haunt the country's football. Yeah, the same thing to deal with corruption or Zembe Sandalama. Yeah.
Okay, here the sports segment, have Malawi passes tests to host Legion of 5 games. Part of the story, Leeds African Union Sports Council, Region 5 delegations, which was in the country to assess Malawi's readiness to host the 2022 African Youth Games, has expressed satisfaction with the strides made in preparation for the event. Oh, this is a good thing.
Yeah, and I should have maybe last one. Queens off to SA today. Malawi national netball team leaves the country today for Cape Town, South Africa, to compete in a tri-nation test against the host and England. Netball Association of Malawi President Abigail Sharif has said the tournament would help the team prepare well for Commonwealth Games scheduled for July 28 through to August 8. Maybe we should just wish the Queens all the best.
Yeah, all the best.
Yeah. How we have loved today's edition of Press Review. You were with me, Andrew Pound, and my dear colleague,
Fales Chizombe.
Remember that the Daily Times is going at, I think, the Nation, how much?
The National is going at 750.
Yeah, and the Daily Times is going at 800 kwacha. Keep on watching Luntha television.
Have a good day.